All right. SPC is statistical process control. So through a variety of statistical methods, SPC is used to overview and regulate any given specific process. Um, Through SPC, we basically manage efficiency while we try to increase the level of quality while minimizing certain downsides. So that's what we see in this graph here. We see different subgroups of data that we've plotted in relation to the lower control limit, mean, and the upper control limit, which we have set based on the conditions we have put forth before. And then the measurement really can be anything depending on the situation. And then we see that from one point to another, they differ greatly. But if we look at the big image, we see that they start to trend towards the mean, which is basically what SPC shows us. So next, we have the fact that the more and more data we have, the more and more it'll start to trend towards a normal distribution curve, where we have the lower spec limit and then upper spec limit and the mean, which we have set forth before, like I said. And just the more data you have, the more likely it'll fit this curve. And that helps us because we know that on small values of data, we can't expect it to fit this, so we know that we will have to add more. And then the Galton board is used to show this because the more and more balls that travel through this funnel and through this piece right here, the more and more likely it'll fit this normal distribution curve. If we use a few balls, it will definitely not look anything like this. But the more and more we use, we'll start to see it slowly look more and more like this curve. For my engineering application, I decided to use tablets produced by a company. So let's say the bottom here, the x-axis is subgroups of 100 tablets produced, and then the y-axis is the number of defects. So if each of these is 100 tablets produced, we can see that most of them differ greatly from the mean. But if we look at it in total, we can see that they start to average towards the mean, which is good because that means we have predicted correctly. But certain things like this, the fact that this group is above the upper control limit, may identify the fact that we need to look into this and the reason that why this is that way. And that's basically what SPC does. Based on this graph, we can see if we're doing a better job than we expected or if we're not doing a good enough job. So this graph tells us what we need to focus on, and that's basically it. That's what SPC is used for. Thank you.